Something that I've found that is kind of common is a lot of people assume mortgage brokers just work with B lenders and private lenders, or do stuff that the bank can't do, which is true, but a lot of people seem to forget that we do work with a lot of A lenders and a lot of banks as well. We're not just a one-trick pony when it comes to the alt space. I think a lot of people forget that we have some of the best A lending products as well.
There's this thing where people think they might not be able to apply, but they've never even tried. So we have lots of options for people that have specific needs. So I think that's one big misconception, is that people think they can't qualify, but ultimately, they come to us and we can find a solution for them.
A lot of people think that they need 20% to buy their second home, when in fact that's not true. Like it's anybody that's purchasing an owner-occupied residence for their primary residence, or they're buying a second home, either for themselves in a different city or whatever, or for a family member to reside in rent-free, you can purchase those properties with just 5% down.
People think that you have to be a first-time homebuyer to put 5% down on a house, and that is not true. You can put 5% down as many times as you want, as long as it is owner-occupied. That's the big thing. But we've had people living in their house for 5 years, and they want to keep it as a rental and move into a new house, and they're like, "Well, I have to save up 20%." And it's like, no, you don't. You can actually just put 5% down on that because you are moving into this house, and it's 5% down. It's fine. Oftentimes, refinancing the property that would become a rental would make more sense to put 20% down to avoid CMHC, or to have the higher mortgage on the rental property, but you don't have to.
I think that a lot of people think that you can just wrap debt or roll debt into the mortgage. That is possible. However, it only occurs whenever there's actual equity to be able to use.
I would say a huge misconception in the mortgage space is misunderstanding pre-approvals and what those are. Sometimes it's very easy to pop online and take a quiz and get a soft pre-approval done based off of general inputs that you throw in, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're actually going to get approved for that loan. And not talking with a professional prior to making cash offers can be a dangerous position to be in.
Pre-approvals. There are no pre-approvals. They're rate holds. That's it. It is my job to go through all your documents to make sure that everything is accurate and fairly represented, and what we're stating is true, and we can prove it.
Sometimes the higher rates is the good terms and the good rates. It doesn't matter, it's a low rate, but that sometimes comes with the higher fees. That's the people sometimes misunderstood, like this is the thing, if lower rate, then they get the best deal, but that's not true.